Interesting quotes from Bruce Prichard here. He gave some thoughts on Paul Heyman and about ECW. And Rob, I want to get your perspective on it. Uh, this was on his podcast, Something to Wrestle with Conrad Thompson. He said Paul wanted to be different. Paul didn't want to do the same old, so Paul went extreme, as far as extreme different he could get. Hence, Extreme Championship Wrestling. It was blood and guts, and it wasn't for everybody, but there was an audience out there, a small audience. And unfortunately for them, the audience for them was too small to sustain it. And this is taken from, I believe, Wrestling Inc. And they also added that ECW experienced minor success through word of mouth and hush hush working relationship with WWE, but perhaps due to violent nature, ECW struggled to find a wider audience. Then Bruce continues. He says, I don't know if it was sustainable because Paul just wanted blood and guts and to be different. And sometimes being different is not giving anybody anything of what they are used to, or what they are used to is like you either have to love it or you hate it. And I think that put him in an awkward position. So those are Bruce Prichard's thoughts about ECW and Paul's philosophy, I guess, on it. What do you kind of think of that take there, Rob, when it comes to that?
Well, I think that some things or people, let's say some art that comes across in different forms, is so cool. But what makes it cool is that it's it's counter society.
Counterculture.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I think ECW was like that, when Paul was talking about trying to get on USA or whatever major network TV channel, and he was telling us, I got a meeting on Wednesday. I'm going to find out. Looks like it's going to be this or this. Maybe we'll be on Fox. I looked at it like, okay, if we get a chance for everyone to just look at us one time, to see us, and to be able to compare products, I thought so many people are going to stick to it because it's so cool and it's so superior to the alternative that's all we need is just a chance to be up in that window next to the other dogs, and someone's going to pick us up from the puppy store, But looking back at it, what made it cool was that it's not made for the majority of people, like the things that are really mainstream that are made for everybody are they're not obviously they're not going to be as niche, but they're made for everyone, made for kids, made for old people that get offended, made for people that are stupid, that can't keep up with everything else. And so the majority of people that are going to tune into something mainstream, it's going to be a little bit cheesy, for lack of a better word. And that's what is going to get the mass amount of views. So for someone like an RVD to get in the spotlight, and for me to say, boom, I want all the fans, to see me, I'll be everyone's favorite wrestler. Well, if I'm smoking weed and I swear, well, that's going to turn a lot of people off that are mainstream, because they're not about that. For other people, they'll think that that's so cool that I'll be so much more over with my niche crowd that it'll seem to make up for being in the mainstream. But when it's talking about all the numbers, and that is what you need for sustainability, is the numbers, the ratings, the money. It's all the same. I think that our very own product was too counterculture to have competed with the mainstream product.